Hello live wires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today we're making this super cute chain link heart bracelet made with the Artistic Wire Deluxe Jig Kit. I've been having so much fun making these chain links with the jig. I put together a little ebook where you can get all the templates for these bracelets, and I'll link it up in the description below the video. Using jigs to make jewelry is so handy. I've been making my own jigs since 1990 using wood blocks. They are so handy when you want to make pieces that are consistent size and shape, and the sky's the limit with the designs that you can make. So without further ado, let's get wired. I'm using the Artistic Wire Deluxe Jig Kit and 20 gauge tarnish resistant brass artistic wire. My tools are the Beadalon Slimline Series chain nose and round nose pliers, their Glimmer Series nipper tool, their nylon jaw pliers, and their bail making pliers. I'm also using a steel block and a rawhide mallet. We'll start by clipping the end of a piece of 18 gauge German style wire with the flush cutters and form a loop with the bail making pliers. You can work off the roll or off a 12-inch piece of wire. We are going to place the peg on the jig. If it's not quite big enough, we can open it up a little bit more. This will take a little bit of troubleshooting depending on your pliers. You can also use round nose pliers and make a mark on your pliers. We're going to bring the wire around the bottom peg and then bring the wire around the slightly larger peg. The two pegs are the second to smallest size in the kit, and the lower peg is the smallest size in the kit. Now we're going to clip that end flush with our nipper tool. I made this one piece with 18 gauge. You'll see I'm going to make the bracelet with 20 gauge. But if you want a thicker, chunkier bracelet, use the 18 gauge, and you can hammer it lightly. You don't want it to break where the wires connect. So we're just going to hammer it lightly, and there's our piece with 18 gauge. For the bracelet, I use 20 gauge tarnish resistant brass artistic wire, and I'm starting the same way, making a loop at the end of that piece of wire. Just cut a piece that's a manageable size for you, form the loop, making sure it's going to fit on the peg, slide it on the peg, and then bring the wire back around that lower peg. You can hold it in place and bring the wire around and beyond the upper peg, and then around, up and over that upper peg to complete the second loop. Remove it, adjust it, take your nipper tool or flush cutters and clip it flush, conserving that piece for the next link. We're going to close it up, pinch it, adjust it so it's even with the chain nose pliers. We'll get the steel block and the hammer and give it a little tap. Not too much. You don't want it to snap where it overlaps. And we'll do another one. Making the loop at the end, making sure you've cut the end flush. Bring it right around. Wiggle it around till it's the right size. Put it on the jig. And if it's not quite right, you wiggle it around a little bit more. Now you can put it on the jig. Bring it around. You can work left to right or right to left, depending on what you're comfortable with. If there are any lefties out there, I actually have a tutorial on how to watch DIY videos with a setup so everything's in a mirror image. I can link that up in the description below. Clip the end and pinch it so it's closed. Wiggle it around so it's even. Wiggle it back and forth. We'll form the jump rings on the jig using the second to smallest peg. We're going to hold the wire down and rotate it around the peg. If you prefer, you can use your bail making pliers or a nail, whatever you prefer for your jump rings. This is how they look. Remove it. The peg came out with it. That can happen. You just have to loosen it up and take it off. Now I'm going to cut them with a saw. You can cut them with your flush cutters. I have another tutorial I'll link up on how to make jump rings with a saw. You have to open up the saw and put this on the blade and put it back in the end there. Make sure it's taut. Screw it tight to hold it in place. From there, I'm holding it with this clamp. There's other better setups that you can get to do the sawing. You can buy one of these bench pins to hold the spring when you cut it. And then you're going to hammer the jump rings so they're a little more firm. I'll link up this other tutorial for how to make jump rings. Once we have all our components, we're going to put it all together, opening up the jump rings, putting it into the next link, close it up, make sure there's no little gaps there, get another jump ring, open it up. If you prefer, you can use 2 pairs of pliers. You can also buy special jump ring openers. Close it up. Keep going with this. If you find the 20 gauge too delicate, you can always make this bracelet with the 18 gauge, even 16 gauge if you want it more chunky. Close up that jump ring. This is one configuration. If you prefer, you can alternate the position of the hearts. Sky is the limit with these. You could even intersperse them with beads. It's so much fun to make these chain links. Could also be a necklace if you prefer. Here's one way that I put them together, and then the first way. Do whatever method you prefer. Either them all going the same direction or them being alternating directions. They both look nice. From there, we're going to make a hook. There's so many different styles you can use for hooks. I could link up a tutorial for the safety clasps if you prefer something a little more elaborate. I'm just going to make a super simple hook here. Bringing it around using the bail making pliers. These pliers are so handy to get even loops. Get your smaller round nose pliers to make an inner loop to finish the wire. You never want a little sharp end. We'll clip it flush. Pinch in that little pokey end. Make sure it's closed. You can give this a little hammer as well to stiffen it up a little bit. I think I need a new steel block. It's pretty scratched up. Now we'll open up the jump ring. And we're going to attach that hook. We're going to attach it on the end that will require 2 jump rings. That way the other end of the bracelet will have the single loop. Just loop it in there, close it up. If you want, you can turn the hook perpendicular to the bracelet. It doesn't really matter because the bracelet's going to move around anyways. That's optional. And it just attaches to the last loop there. Super cute, very easy to make on the jig. And there's the finished bracelet. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making tutorials. Join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook to share pictures of your wire art and wire jewelry. Hop over to the Wire Lady TV channel every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I troubleshoot new ideas for wire art and jewelry, and I welcome your ideas and special requests. You can get the templates for this bracelet and many more in my Wire Jig Chain Bracelets for Beginners ebook. I'll link it up in the description below. You can use the coupon code SAVE25 to save 25% when you purchase any 5 templates, tutorials, or ebooks in my Etsy DIY shop. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.